Hello and welcome to your RV rental. I'm your host, Kevin. My goal for this video is to walk you through all of the different focus and features of your 25 DBS. And I want to start with what key is what. So in the front, you have two of these little bays that go all the way through. That is unlocked by the silver key. And then you've got this wonderful front door here that is unlocked by your purple key. And then you've got another door back here for your outdoor kitchen that is unlocked by your all silver key. Okay, so just kind of walking around the outside of the trailer, you've got an outdoor kitchen. Right there is the output of the furnace and the three-way fridge. You have the awning up top there. Notice that little lip is down on the outside. That is when you know the awning is all the way out, and I'll introduce you to the control panel in just a second. We can work through how that works. Coming inside the trailer, first thing on your left is your control panel. Did my best to mark these, but if you put the awning in, remember, once that little flap comes down, your awning is all the way out. So in, out, pretty simple. Please remember to make sure to stow the awning when it's windy. That'll make sure that nothing breaks or anything weird happens to the awning while you're not around your campsite. Okay, other features of the control panel. You have your inside lights here. These are awning lights. These are speaker lights. There's a couple speaker lights outside, and then there's two front lights on the cap outside of the trailer. This moves your slides in and out. This switch right here next to the bedroom turns your master bedroom light on and off. And here is your bedroom, complete with television. And there is a DVD player included. You feel free to bring movies or whatever else you need. It's stowed with an HDMI cable in the trailer. You just gotta hook it up. It is an upgraded queen bed, so sleep well, not a regular RV mattress. So this right here, this dinette converts into a sleeping area. And then if you do want to listen to music, there is a Furrion soundbar right here. Recommend looking at Google for all the controls. If not, there is an owner's manual in here to walk through it. What I do want to walk you through is the thermostat. Right now it's showing off. And then there are two main areas. So the furnace is located under the fridge, and it's vented and ducted throughout everything. And here is your air conditioner. This little guy right here is your temperature probe. You can see right here, if I'm holding it, the temperature will continue to go up. See, because of my body heat. That is hanging out of there because of the way the trailer is designed. It usually goes up inside of there, and if it is inside of there, it won't properly heat and cool the trailer. Moving this open and closed, if the air conditioner is on, that will put the air completely down. If you close it like that, it'll run it through the vents. And then there are a few options here on the thermostat panel. So just to scroll through your options, hold the power, it'll go on. You have fan, dry, cool, heat, fan, dry, cool, heat. My recommendation to you is to make sure that you use the dry setting. And the reason you use the dry setting instead of cool, the dry setting is designed to cycle your air conditioner about every 5 minutes. That keeps the air conditioner from freezing and makes sure that you are comfortable all the time. What I've noticed about this particular Furrion unit is that it will continue to run and never stop. And then it freezes over the unit and then you don't have air conditioning. So recommendation, keep it on dry. Here in the kitchen, you can see you have a kitchen sink, running water, super cool. Your stove, to light your stove, you simply push this in and hold it in and then move the igniter. You can see the sparks going. That's kind of hard to do with one hand here, but let's see if I can. No, not gonna work. Hold on one second. We're gonna do this with my knee. And then you flip the igniter like this, and then it goes on. Make sure to hold this in while the thermocouple heats up. And then once the thermocouple is heated up, it'll stay on. If it doesn't stay on for you, that just means you haven't held this in long enough. turn it off, just turn it off. Make sure when you're in transit, you close this nice glass piece. Here inside, you have the refrigerator. You have your on, off. Right now it's set to auto. That means it's all the way in. If you want it set to gas, you pull this out. You can't really see it coming out, but it moves, the button moves out. And that'll run your fridge on gas. You're only gonna need that if you're boondocking. And if you are boondocking, let me know. There are a couple other considerations you gotta make. But otherwise, that means your fridge is on and activated. If that check light comes on, let me know. I'll help you out. Okay, here are your 2 bunks. Super awesome bunks. Bedding provided. You could sleep 2 people in there. We slept 2 children in there just fine, no issues on each bunk. However, once your kids get a little bit older, you'll end up buying a new trailer like me. Notice that there are USB ports and lights in each bunk. Moving on to the bathroom. You have 2 lights in your bathroom. They're motion activated. If you've set the switch to the middle, that turns it off, but I recommend just setting it to the side on each one of them. See, that's motion activated, just turned on. Turn it off, just set it in the middle. But every time you walk in, it'll turn on. Every time you take a shower, make sure this fan's on. It's a 12-volt DC fan, and this vent's open. Okay. Here is your shower. Hot and cold water. There is a water heater located under the bunks. Toilet, flusher right down there. Over here we have another couple of control panels. Set this to electric when you're plugged in. If you're boondocking, use gas. And then here is your other panel here. Water pump right there. You won't need that if you're hooked up to city water. And then just battery indications, tanks, etc. Check your tanks. Check your tanks. Okay, some other cool things. In here, we've got plates, forks, spoons, knives, paper towels, cutlery, cutting board. We've got some kitchen utensils, cooking spray, hot pads, towels. And under here, you've got some more cooking stuff, a griddle, a garbage can, some more things. It really is a nice setup. Don't forget you do have a TV. Again, if you want to use the DVD player for that, just make sure to hook up the HDMI cable. On the outside, you have your outdoor kitchen here. Remember, you've got this. So this particular hookup hooks up to the stove underneath here. You can't see it, but it's right there. Right there. And then this side goes to that particular valve. That valve turns on when it is parallel with the brass fitting. And then just make sure to turn it off when you're all done, or else you lose all your propane. Here you've got a faucet. You can see there's grooves here, grooves on this. Line up your grooves, push straight down, turn right. This won't close without that taken off. So to undo it, just turn left, take it off. Here is the outdoor stove. Same principle as inside. Make sure it's turned to light and then ignite. But it does have to be hooked up to gas to do so. And your outdoor fridge that runs on electric power. There are 2 propane tanks up front. There is a small switch on the inside right here. There is an arrow pointing on the switch. So if whatever way the switch is pointing is the tank that is on. I'm going to turn it off right now so I don't forget. And button her up. There are 2 sets of jacks on the trailer, one located at the front and one located at the back. The front jack switch is located in the front. It's clearly marked with extend and retract. The rear switch is behind the bumper. Same thing, clearly marked with extend and retract. Remember, these aren't leveling jacks, these are stabilizing jacks, so you just want to make sure that they are nice and stable. Do not lift the trailer with them. Here's the power receptacle Fairly easy to work. Remember, it's just a screw, so plug it in, turn right, and then screw this on. If you're having trouble with opening this right when you are done with transit, I typically use my keys and just pop underneath this, and it'll pop right open. Okay, here is the control station for outside, so you can see your freshwater connection. So freshwater, if you're boondocking, the tank is there. City water connection is right there. Everything comes up from underneath the trailer right there. And then you have your black tank flush. And then if you want cable and satellite TV, if you're staying at an RV park that does that, this trailer comes equipped with that. And you can ask me, I have cables and anything that you'd need to hook up, just let me know, be glad to help. And then this particular item, just like the sink outside, in this bucket inside here, there is a nice little outdoor shower type thing. Well, by outdoor shower, I mean hose to hose yourself off before you go inside. You can hook that up, no issues there. Note that there is a light in here, on, off, pretty easy. That wraps it up for the Primetime 2022 Tracer. That wraps it up for the walk around. If you have any questions, feel free to message me whenever you need. If you've rented it, I've given you my number. You have direct access to me. Be glad to help you whenever I can. Let me know if you have any questions. Thanks.